Hey guys, today we're in the book of Second Chronicles chapter 3. So now Solomon has started to build the temple, and now we're going to get kind of some explanation of what the temple and its insides will look like. Much of this has already been covered, but there's a couple things I want to point out. So we see in chapter 3, when Solomon began to build the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, he built it on Mount Moriah, which was also known as the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite. Now, we've talked about this before. This is Jerusalem, right? But this is a specific place in Jerusalem. When David bought this threshing floor, we talked about that this is the same place that Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac. This is the same place where Jesus will be crucified, just outside of the city gates. And so this is an important place, right? So God, from the very beginning, saved it by a sacrifice, and so he will finish it with the sacrifice of Jesus. And so it's just a great place, and just showing us the hand of God moving from the beginning of Genesis all the way through the end of Scripture. We see that he began to build this about the second month of the fourth year of his reign, which is 967 BC. 967 BC. Doesn't mean that he hasn't done anything in 4 years. He's probably been working it up, right? He had to write Hiram, had to get a guy, had to figure out what's all happening. But now the construction is about to start. 967 BC, and he builds it. And we get some explanation of a lot of this. Like I said, we've already read. The temple is 90 feet long, 30 feet wide, 30 feet tall. But in front of that, he's going to build a vestibule, basically a bigger kind of box before you go into the temple. And this vestibule is 30 feet by 30 feet, but it's 100 and about 120 foot tall. It's a humongous piece of kind of this. So you kind of have a huge front, and then you go into it, and it is smaller, but it's not small by any stretch of the imagination. And the temple is divided into two sections, much like the tabernacle. You have the Holy of Holies, where the Ark of the Covenant will be. We see in verse 8 that is 30 feet by 30 feet by 30 feet. It is a cube. And so then that means the holy place where the showbread is, where the candelabra is, the incense, where the priest could go into, that would have been 60 feet by 30 feet by 30 feet, right? So we're just kind of getting a breakdown of what it is. You just take the tabernacle and you just make it a little bit bigger. That's exactly what happened, minus the vestibule. But also we're told about the two cherubim, the two angels that are inside. They are there covered in gold, like everything else is covered in gold, as well as he put a veil to separate the holy place from the most holy place, right? And so there has to be separation because God is holy, as well as it talks about these two pillars. Now, if you remember back to Kings, these were made out of bronze. These are 37 and a half feet tall. Just mammoth two pillars at the beginning of the vestibule, and he names them. He names one Boaz and the other one Jachin. And so you have Jachin and Boaz. Jachin means he is established, and Boaz means in him is strength. And so all of this is meaning the temple is established in strength. Okay, so that's what these pillars mean. That's what Solomon is doing here. And so, though we've kind of read a lot of this in kind of in greater detail, we're just kind of getting the highlights, because remember why? The temple has already been built. The temple has already been destroyed to the people who are reading this letter, right? Now, these are the people who are rebuilding the second temple. And so he's just reminding them and giving them some encouragement. Okay, there was a holy place, there was this, there was this, there was that. And because why? Because they're going to want to do something similar, if not better. Now, the second one will not be better until a later date. But there's just kind of giving them hope that the temple was once built. It also can be built again, right? We need the temple. They needed a sacrifice. They needed a place where their sins could be absolved. And so not only are they looking to a temple, but they're looking to a person, the body of Jesus, the temple of Jesus that could absolve their sins wholly and perfectly. And so just looking forward. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense, and we'll see you tomorrow in chapter 4. God bless.